Hi, I'm Amanda from Rockpile Homestead, and today Corey and I want to catch you up on our off-grid house build. You might have seen from some of our other videos that we commenced the build in December 2020. 2021 was a bit all over the place and we didn't really stay on top of filming everything and updating our channel. So what we want to do with you is just backtrack a bit and get you up to speed with the initial house build before we start moving forward and showing you a lot of this new stuff we're doing. So the footage in this video is going to be a mixture of camera footage, time-lapse construction camera, phone video, and just photos from our phone. But Corey and I will talk you through it and sort of narrate any bits and pieces that we don't feel were properly explained in the moment. So please enjoy. We love having you on this journey with us. This video, we're getting the floor down on our house build. We had a bit of a setback with some weather issues, and then subsequent videos we'll be showing you us putting up the walls and putting on the roof. We'll catch you in a second.
That's just an overview of what I've done so far. Now this isn't that big, it's only 18 metres long by 6 metres wide. It's going to be nearly 2 metres off the ground at that end, and then the shortest post I made was that end, which was the post itself was 100mm. That was just my starting reference. Yeah, that's it.
Taking a break kind of did us in regards to taking video, because like when you're a new content creator, you get out of the habit of picking up the camera and not videoing everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it kind of seemed harder to like get back into it and video our daily life, especially with the build.
Yeah. So that was an exciting day when that truck rocked up with all those panels. It kind of made you realise, oh, we've got a fair bit of work to do.
Yeah.
Building a house, you know, like from a vacant block of land that had nothing on it to building something that was totally off grid and built by the two of us. You can see me in the background there. I'm painting the floor panels with a external weather shield high quality paint, but I gave it 3 coats to help seal the plywood.
And this is going to be the underneath of the floor, so
yeah, so these all get flipped over, so it was just easy to lay them out flat, and then me and my little mate there, we go through and paint them.
And I would just like you to take special note of the gap in the floor panels.
Oh yeah, I fell through the floor.
We were kind of caught off guard with this storm coming in.
Big storm.
What we actually did is this storm was forecast. It was going to be quite intense, and we were concerned about the panels that we just all laid out and painted on the flooring. But we decided, okay, let's just invest like a few $100s to go get 2 massive tarps. We got 2 of the biggest tarps that we could find.
Yeah.
Got them back, screwed them down. Yeah, and this is all pretty frantic, so we don't have any footage of us putting the tarps down or what it looked like, because this was really like a last minute thing.
I do remember it was pretty hard because it was so windy.
And you can see that because this was a summer storm, there was like no green, the ground was bare, there was nothing stopping this water, and it just became like one big river in our backyard. It was insane. It happened so fast, like really so fast.
Okay, so this is our driveway. I've just been across to the other side, and we're literally, it's over my knees to get over there. All the debris has washed up against the fence. There's logs literally 300 mil round against this fence here, and it's blocked it off. There's so much debris, leaf litter, branches, everything. It's 600 mil deep over the driveway. This is full on. It's flooding. These are a bit of a mess down here. Here's one big washout. It's probably about 1200 mil deep. Just got the rails there for, you know, so I don't fall in anyway. And then last night we had a big downpour and we obviously had another washout right here. It's exposed all the culvert pipes. So we're going to need to be bringing some big rocks in here, I reckon, to cover them up again. Things are a little bit messy. Our place is called Rockpile for a reason, because we have a lot of rocks. So this is me just in a digger loading up rocks into the back of our little favourite highlights. Amanda's in it, taking some footage.
Probably wasn't the best idea upon reflection.
Because, you'll notice when I swing around here that Rocky is the highlights. He actually has a back window. But I think it might have been the next load, the rock after this one.
That's the last time we saw a back window in Rocky.
So we've probably done, geez, I don't even know how many, 20, 30? I don't know. We've done so many loads.
The back windows.
Oh yeah,
there, and the dent. That's when that happened anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of loads of rocks down there.
Alrighty, Friday morning. No more damage overnight, which is good. The rain's eased off and we shouldn't have any further flooding issues, though the creek is still moving relatively rapidly. So I'm down here, Corey's up getting some sand and rubble, so I'm just going to like clear stuff like this. This is wire, had to be cut away from the fence either side of the creek. I'm going to kind of fold that up a bit, clear some rubbish that got washed through from next door's property. There's a fence underneath all that. Not sure exactly what we're going to do with that yet. Here are rocks. Some of the rocks we dumped off yesterday, so they will, in addition to the sandy rubble that we're putting in, they will help like fill in the hole, stabilize the bank. Someone down here will probably leave for a bit. That is our neighbour's shed door, so I'll probably grab that out. And more fence with debris caught in it. That post has been knocked over a bit. More rocks. And we won't start with this one. This is like the biggest one. But we want to start with this culvert one. This is probably the biggest safety issue because it encroaches on the width of the driveway. And this is where there was previously, I'm not sure where all the rocks went, but there used to be quite a few larger rocks through here that got washed out. So we need to fill in between the culverts and on top of the culverts. When we were actually placing the rocks in place, you brought the excavator down.
Yeah.
And it took 45 minutes to get from where the excavator was picking up the rocks down to the front driveway, because the excavator obviously
it was so slow. And through the magic of me not filming, we have a finished driveway with all the rocks in place. I don't actually know why I didn't film any of that, because there was so much work there. It took me nearly a week. So these are all our roof timbers and LVL beams and pretty much the entire stuff we ordered. Geez, we dropped some. That was a lot of money that came out of the bank that month.
Good morning. This is Corey out at Rockpile. Sorry, folks, it's been a while, but a few things have happened and we've been a little bit busy. We've had a few floods, but if you look around here, we finally got all our stuff for our house. So I think last time you saw us, we had the steel floor all finished. So we've just got these, we're using these SIPS panels, which are basically OSB plywood, polystyrene foam and OSB. Apparently these are from Germany, so hopefully they're pretty good. So that's our floor. Then we got our LVLs, beams that go to span this gap here, and that's how they join. But yeah, we've had them all covered up for nearly 3 weeks now with these tarps because the weather's been absolutely terrible. So today is the officially first day of fixing the floor down. So I cut all this wood up yesterday, ready to go. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. A bit nervous, but excited. Just got this first panel because I'm starting from the centre. I'm going to start from the centre and work out each way. It's just how I like to do stuff. That way I know that I'm right when I come to the end. So I set the laser up last night, double checked, triple checked. I've got a good square line and a good, like a big parallel line right across the south side and a square line that comes through the centre. So I'm pretty confident we're going to be all right. And in the background over there you can see they're all our wall panels and our roof panels as well. So the whole external of the house is floor, roof and walls is SIPS panels, and we've also got double glazed windows with window tint as well. So there's another pile of panels over there in the paddock. I couldn't get them in. So anyway, I'll bring you along and I'll touch base in another little bit once I get going, and we'll go from there. All right, cheers folks.
So this was our first panel install. Now you probably heard me say that I was going to start the panels work from the centre and work my way out. My reasoning for doing that is if we have a centre line and we work from the centre out, if there's any deviation in the panels or miscalculation in marking out the centre line or the square edge line, by the time we get to the edge of the job, we're only going to be half the distance wrong. Instead of starting from, example, the far left and working your way to the far right, you might be 20 mil out. Whereas if you start from the centre and you work one way, we're only going to be 10 mil out if your calculations didn't quite correspond with what you had set up.
And because we chose to get the shorter panels rather than wait for the long 6 metre panels for the floor, you can see that we have put the LVL running the 6 metre length, and we're putting shorter LVL lengths at the butt joins of the sheets. Yeah. So the 6 metre length of the LVL can pick up the strength of the frame from like edge to edge plus that kind of centre.
Yeah, as opposed to having the full length LVL running through the centre.
Correct.
It doesn't make sense from a structural point of view. And we're just screwing it down with 200 mil long, I forget what gauge screws they were, but they were probably as thick as like a standard HB pencil. They were quite thick screws. And we had to pre-drill the steel frame for every screw as well.
It's like a random measurement.
Well, it's like I think of a pen, whatever. It's about that wide, isn't it? And every panel has been Sikaflexed down. every join in the panel has been expander foamed, if that's how they correctly say that. Had expander foam put in every join in the panel, and we also Sikaflexed. There was some slight gaps where the actual OSB joined the other OSB, like on the panels, maybe like a couple of mil gap. So we actually filled that with Sikaflex as well.
So you'll see that we're going through one, there's the screwing of the panels to the LVLs. That needs to be done top and bottom. We actually go through afterwards and screw the bottom of the OSB panel to the LVL.
Yeah.
And then when you see Corey kind of scooting around in the middle of the panels, that is those big screws going down into the...
Yeah, so they're at 400 centers, working how I'm going there now, like the 6 meter direction. So basically, it's so solid.
Yeah.
It's like, and with the Sikaflex, there's no rattles because I hate rattles. And then that's me getting the perimeter LVLs ready. So I've got the 150 by 35 LVLs, just laying them out there. Now they actually go into the end edge of the sit panels to seal it off. And they also get those big screws, like the HB pencil screws, we'll call them, that go through the floor. So they go through the OSB, through the LVL, and then into the steel frame as well. So everything is like tied down tight. And yeah, we got the perimeter timbers in and the floor's all screwed down. I'm not sure what stage, if we have all the screws in at this stage, but it's pretty secure. It's been Sikaflexed, foamed. It's just like a great big dance floor.
And it was good seeing the kind of view finally that we were going to get from within our house.
That was magic.
And this is Hippo enjoying the view.
Yeah, she often does that, just lays in front of the window and looks out.